the BiffNet Studios World Headquarters in Spring, Texas, it's Barry on Deck, hosted by former ESPN Houston radio host and stand-up comedian Barry Laminack, starring Oliver the Cat. Written by Barry Laminack, produced by Barry Laminack, directed by, you guessed it, Barry Laminack, featuring sports, entertainment, special guests, film sessions, and some drinking. Okay, a lot of drinking. Viewer discretion is advised. And now, here's your host, Barry Laminack.
What's up, you damn dirty deckheads? Welcome to Barry on Deck. I am your host, Barry Laminack. Thank you guys for being here. Today is Monday, October 3rd, 2022. And this is episode number fucking 553 of Barry on Deck. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the program. Thank you guys for showing up. Oh, man. What a time to be alive, folks. What a time to be alive. I hope you had a good weekend. I had a busy one, and just a lot of shit around the house to get done. And it's just, man, I got to be honest. Right now, I really need to get my shit together. I am, everything has slipped. Uh-oh, I just screwed all that up. Everything has slipped. I was on a roll. I was doing good. Everything was going great. And then it's like burnout. And I don't want to blame it on ADHD because that's an easy thing to do. But I think sometimes this is the case where you get so hyper focused on one thing that once you do it enough, you're like, all right, I don't want to do this no more. But man, right now, I got to be really honest with you. I do not have my shit together. And, I mean, like, everything's... Oh, what is this? Unable to connect to Twitch. Oh, boy. Okay. I'm trying to pull up the chat. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second here. Let's see here. Okay, I got to pull up my chat window so I can see y'all's beautiful messages. Yeah, man, I gotta get my shit together. I don't know. I was doing the videos, right, for stand up. I wasn't even doing any Barry on Deck videos. I was doing the videos for stand up. I was diligent. I was on it. I didn't do any last week. I haven't done any for probably 10 days plus, and all the momentum I gained was just gone because it sucks making videos. And then I have to do it for this too. And I haven't been doing it for this. And then it doesn't grow. And, oh, boy. You ever get to a point where you just like, I don't want to do this no more. You ever get to a point where you just like, I just want everything to go away. Everything. Sometimes I look at my cat and I'm like, I wish I could just be a cat. I wish I could just lay around, lick my butthole, and not worry or do anything. The only thing you got to worry about as a cat is, are they going to feed me? Which I get it. That's a big worry. But man, I don't know. Last night was cool though. Josh Beard and Kyle King came over. We had steaks and whiskey and cigars. Well, most of us did. We talked some shop. We just we hung out and kicked it, and it was fun. By the way, we got a hype train going. Holy shit! I must prepare for this hype train. Oh, the fireball is leaking out. Let's get this on. Get this up. We're only in level 2 of the hype train. Holy shit, I got a lot of thank yous to give out. My goodness, hold on a minute. Alan Denson resubscribed 39 minutes ago, buddy. Thank you. That's 8 months now. Holy shit. Heels, thank you for resubbing. That's 4 months with Heels. Alan Denson with 100 biddies. Vin's Not Diesel resubscribed for 4 months. And that kicked off the hype train. Jen just resubscribed for 8 months. Thank you, sweetie. I hope you had a great birthday. Joe Hernandez with the 69. I like. What else we got here? Steve-O with the 2 biddies. Thank you, buddy. Mimi with 300 bits. Holy shit. Steve-O with another 5 bits, and the hype train is complete. 3 gifted subs, 476 bits. Thank you, guys. Cheers one and all for the hype train. I appreciate you. What does that mean? Monday through Thursday, 2 to 5, something grows. I don't know what that means. Does that mean you get a boner when you watch the show? What's up, Chris Reyes? Did I start the bean? Oh, I didn't start the bean. Oh, I did. I almost canceled it too. Holy shit. What's up, D-Mac? What's up, Titan Hugo? What's up, Punisher? What's up, John Dory? For those of you that don't know, this is a live show on Twitch. You can watch it live Monday through Thursday, 2 to 5 p.m. Twitch.tv/Barry on Deck. So, talking to you, Punisher. Everybody else I recognize over there in the Podbean chat. I don't know what to do, guys. I really don't. I'm trying this positive affirmations thing. I don't know if it's sleep. I don't know what it is, man. I got to get my shit together. Every time I look up, there's something new that I need to do. There's something on my plate. I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm bitching to the wrong people. Because I know you guys are like, okay, motherfucker, whatever. I'm tired of hearing about it. What's up, Heartthrob? He said, what's up? Home from Waco. Came home to a new job, a smile on my face, and a 4-0 Oklahoma State team. Good for you, man. Good for you on all fronts. I am, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck is wrong, if I'm being honest. I really don't. I just know I'm like, need to go to the low T. Thank you, firefighter. It's probably a low T thing or I don't know. Like even when I get sleep, I think I'm just like, I don't know. It sucks. It sucks because like I get excited, I want to do something, and then I'm like, the burnout. I don't know what it is. Let me just shut the fuck up. Let me just say hi to everybody in the chat and keep this show moving because no one wants to hear my mopey ass crying. Maybe you've heard this before. Get a CPAP. You think? I don't know if that's it. I don't think a CPAP is going to help me with the frustration of trying to grow a streaming show and a comedy career or giving up and going back to a corporate 9 to 5. I don't think a CPAP is going to help me with making videos every day, spending hours at this desk, after spending hours at this desk, and then, seeing no growth from the 10 days of relentless grind of editing videos. And editing videos sounds like such an easy thing to do. If you only knew. I'm going to shut the fuck up. All right. I don't have my chat window was fucked up. So let me say hi to everybody in the chat that came in on Twitch. Alan Denson was early. Jeff Bell was early. Wine is punk rock. I love that, Cisco. That's a fucking badass name. D-Mod is here. Mimi is here. AJB. Aaron J. Bryant's in the building. Christopher Reyes. Uriel Villanueva. Crystal. What's up? John Dory. One deep. Sandoval was pimping. He said Dallas Cowboys 4H. DCFH? I thought it was Dallas Cowboys DC4L. I don't know. Excuse me. Who else is here? Keith Sager, what's up, dog? And CC. She said, everyone whisper, okay? She lost her phone again. See, we got to do something about that. What's up, my sweet, sweet Donna? Potch is here. Let's just say whoever had the under wins the pot. I don't know what that means. Where's my stuff? Jen, what's up, girl? I got Jeff Bell. I got Potch. Rudy Rott. FJ. Who else? I think that's... Oh, no. I almost missed Stephen Luther. What's up, dude? What's up, pimpin'? Hey, great man tried the Duvel. What? Just a look-see. It's the PDC World Grand Prix darts. Oh, nice. SVG 2220. What's up? SVG, that was a weird one. No, let's see. What else do we got here? I'm so confused. What's up, Perry? Joel? Mark? Steve-O? I think I got everybody now. Did I probably missed some. VB, what's up, homie? Firefighter. I got him. I did not party too hard. Need a reunion of Barry, Joel, and Nick. Pfft, man, that'd be dope. Oh, my God. Mike broke. Man down. Man down. That's another thing. I hate this. It's been doing good, though. Till now. Man, we were talking about radio all night last night, Kyle and myself. And hey, what's up, Shelby? Good to see you. What's up, Heels? Yeah, we were talking about radio all night, Kyle and myself and Josh. And I think last night actually did more harm than good for me. What's up, TS Stream? Good to see you. DJ Matty, thank you for the resub, buddy. Appreciate that. Okay, let's just get to the headlines. Heel said maybe instead of grinding video edits, you should edit videos of grinding. Like angle, like iron, like grinding on iron, or like when a chick and a dude grind on each other. I don't know. All right, here's your sports headlines for the day. Wisconsin has fired their head coach, Paul Crist. They named Jim Leonard as their interim coach. A man has died. Last evening I was watching In the Mud playing FIFA. Nice. In the Mud is the shit. I love In the Mud. A man has died at a Steelers game after falling from the escalator. Escalator? I don't think I said that right. Escalator. The moving stairs. And they said that an investigation is ongoing. Which, I mean, you gotta believe, you gotta be thinking to yourself, you know, was he drunk? Was he pushed? Was he showing off? Was it all of the above? Was it two of the above? Did he get drunk and was he trying to be like, look at me, I'm surfing on the handrail? I don't know. And maybe it was an accident. But I immediately, and maybe this is wrong of me, but I immediately start to think that when this happens, alcohol. It's alcohol. It has to be alcohol, right? I mean, like, nobody just falls off an escalator. Barry, did you see the video of the fisherman cheat in a tournament? I did not. Did he pull one out of his pants? That doesn't surprise me, dude. People cheat at everything, TS Stream. People cheat at everything, including a fishing tournament. He probably just had some in his cooler, like he had like a hollow wall. He probably just like had like a... Oh, did you send it? Oh, who's got it? Oh, he was putting weights in the fish? Hilarious. So they do it by the pound? That's funny. What is this? We need to watch this. What are we watching, Potch? What am I... Biggest fish cheating scandal ever? Okay. Am I going to get a copyright strike for this, Potch? Are you about to just get my channel canceled? Is that what's about to happen? We'll watch it. Rudy Rod knows about Ape Dave happened a few years ago at NRG after a game. Yeah, that's the thing. I always think, they're drunk. They had to be drunk. So sadly, a man has died, and now there's an investigation ongoing to see. Padres have clinched a playoff spot. We'll look at some MLB baseball. Final week of the season is here, so we'll take a peek-see into that. I'm ready for the playoffs, man. I'm sick of the regular season. Let's get this shit over with. Let's get to the playoffs. Let's get to some really fun baseball. A Russian court has set an appeal hearing date for Brittany Griner, and I did not do my job and get the date for you. If I'm being honest, I really have not been doing a good job for you guys. I have not been show prepping like I am supposed to. That's part of the problem. I used to do a lot more show prep every day. Like, I would spend 2 hours show prepping, and now I spend 10 minutes. And it shows, I think. I think it shows. It shows in the numbers. It shows in the quality of the show. I mean, we have 42 people watching. That is a paltry amount. That is a paltry. Listen, I'm grateful, but we're usually rocking in the 60s. I think I'm slipping. I think either that or I think people are getting burned out on the show. I don't know. I think maybe it's me. It's my fault. I'm not bringing the same energy and the same fun, the same craziness, the same whatever. Just, it's a thing. Let's see. August 4th. That's when she was convicted. Russian court. October 25th is the new date. October 25th. Cisco said, how can we help you? I don't know if there's anything to help, Cisco. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, to be honest with you. DJ Maddie resubscribed with Prime. DJ Maddie resubscribed for 1 month at tier 1. Oh, you did both? You're the shit, Maddie. Thank you for that, man. He also said smoking fatty O's with the patio. That's funny. I'm hungover and now you're making me sad. Let me pour a drink. Why am I making you sad? Potch. Gonna get you canceled. That's like, yeah, exactly. Come over to Potch on deck. I did see the soccer riot, Mark, as well. I didn't list that as a headline. I probably should have, but you know me and soccer. I know you went into a riot. It's not go. John Dory, thank you for the resub, buddy. John Dory been doing this for 7 months. I appreciate you, man. DJ Maddie in for 7 months and a Prime sub. That's double dipping, man. Thank you very much for that. By the way, if you have a Prime membership, you get a free Twitch sub that you can use wherever you want. So feel free to do so. Rest of the headlines. So October 25th will be the appeal. Nothing's going to happen. She's going to remain guilty and be used as a pawn. That's how this works. Nick Saban has said that Bryce Young is day-to-day with a shoulder injury. You saw it happen this weekend, maybe. Maybe you were watching. And the Dolphins say that Tua Tagovailoa has been ruled out for week 5. You think? You think? They are being cautious at best, I guess? I think that they're just on edge. If you didn't hear the latest and greatest in regards to this, he was allowed to come back in a game a couple of weeks ago after obviously hitting his head on the turf and being wobbly when he stood up. The independent doctors evaluated him and they said that the wobbliness was his back and his ankle, that's what caused him to stumble on the field.
Heck yeah!
No, everyone knew it was bullshit. Mark G, thank you for the resub, buddy. I appreciate that, my friend. 6 months now on Prime. You're the best. Excuse me, Lord Jesus. Oh my goodness, sorry. That's gross. Did they fire the doctor? Yeah, so that's what I was gonna say, Vince, is so they started investigating because after the first game he came back in, everybody was like, oh, it's his back. Okay. It was obvious it wasn't his back, right? Well, then fast forward a week to this past week, Thursday Night Football, he's out there playing, and then this play that you see on your screen happens, and the fingers lock up, and it's not good. Goes to the back, obvious head trauma. It's called fencing. is the medical term for when your fingers stiffen up and curl and your toes do too. Oh man, I got a blister. And I explained it that night watching Thursday Night Football. I was like, hey, this is a thing. This is a thing, and I see it all the time in MMA, and it's a sign of obvious head trauma. So then another investigation starts, and now they approached the doctor that approved him to play. Now, I don't know if this was the same doctor that approved him to go back into the game 2 weeks ago. I guess I need to look. But they have fired one of the doctors, and one of the things that they said about that was that the reason they fired him, in fact, hold on, I got a link here. More on Tua. There's my link. Use your resources, Barry. Okay. Sorry, Dad. So the NFL and the NFL Players Association actually, the NFL Players Association said they were going to launch an investigation into why he was allowed to come back on the field a couple of weeks ago. Then he was passed to play, and now they've teamed up. The NFL Players Association has teamed up with the NFL and agreed to modify the concussion protocol based on conversations around the use of the term gross motor instability. The NFL Players Association fired the neurotrauma consultant involved in Tagovailoa's week 3 concussion check. And so that was the one where he was on the field, gets up, obviously wobbly, goes to the back, is cleared to come back out. And the reason they said this was really interesting to me, but he was apparently very combative and very disrespectful and aggressive and angry during the investigation after week 3 and Tua being allowed to come back in. So apparently he got super defensive, which makes you wonder. It leads you to believe maybe he was, in the back, and I'm speculating here, 100% speculation on my part. But we got 3 hours to kill, so why not? But it makes you wonder. Maybe he was in the back and he was like, "Hey, listen, do you want to play or not? Do you want to go in? You have a concussion for sure, but it's not terrible. You could probably go back out there, but it's up to you. Do you want to go out there, or do you want me to say that you can't go?" And Tua, being a competitor, is probably like, "Nah, I want to go back out there." All right, well, we'll just say you wobble because of a back injury. You look good to me. Get on out there. Go win a football game. Maybe the dude was a Dolphins fan. No, maybe he was not a Dolphins fan. Maybe he. What game was that? What game was that for the Dolphins? Let me see. Team. Who were they playing? It was not the Buffalo. So maybe he was a Buffalo fan. And he was like, you know what? If I let him go back out, he's concussed. He won't even be able to remember the playbook. Well, for whatever reason, he got, during the investigation as to why he was allowed to go back out, he got aggressive. He got defensive. They didn't like the way he handled it, so they fired him. Which, damage done. I mean, he lost his job. I'm sure he's fine. If your title is neurotrauma consultant, I'm pretty sure you're making decent money, as is. Says the decision is a result of the ongoing investigation requested by the NFL Players Association into the Dolphins' handling of Tagovailoa in week 3. Multiple factors led to the firing, including the consultant failing to understand his role and showing hostility during the investigation, according to a source familiar with the situation. So he got defensive. What do you mean? Kiss my ass. I said he was fine. He was fine. Okay. So it says the process, according to the NFL, after sustaining an injury Sunday, Tagovailoa underwent an extensive evaluation process. That process, conducted by a team physician and an unaffiliated neurotrauma consultant, includes a verbal and video review of the incident, requiring the player to answer a series of questions, as well as a focused neurological exam that includes cervical spine checks and evaluations of speech, eye movement, and gait. Having checked all the boxes, the quarterback returned to action at the start of the third quarter, missing only 3 offensive snaps. NFLPA medical investigators have begun interviews as part of the investigation. I I think the problem is if you leave it up to people are bound to make mistakes, whether intentional or not. And I was, of course, my wild and pure speculation of, well, maybe he was a Dolphins fan or a Bills fan. That's silly. I wouldn't put it past them, but I don't think that people would do that. But also, people make mistakes. And also, sometimes devious shit happens. Oh, man, I'm back on this bullshit where my ear pops every time I talk. Fuck those headphones for now. Maybe, just maybe. Maybe, just maybe. The guy missed it. Is just bad at his job. Oh, my God. What's wrong with my ear? I got water in there or wax or something. Definitely not letting him check my kid for concussion, right? It was probably one of those, he's all right. What are the odds he's actually hurt? It could be, Jared. It very well could be, yeah. I mean, or one of those ones where it's like, well, he looks fine to me. Maybe not knowing. Let's see. I think it was Dr. Scape. He used to be a goat doctor. I see what you did there, Heels. Oh, man. Come on. I got to figure out what's wrong with my ear. You ever get okay. Now I'm just trying to get shit out of my ear. It's like water or, speaking of, squirrel moment. Man, is the chat slow today? Yeah, we're only on 4 pages. This is a slow day today. What was I going to say? Oh, I woke up this morning without water. Yeah, that was cool. Went to brush my teeth. No water. Went to flush the toilet. It flushed, didn't fill up. It's good times. This neighborhood. Something else. Yeah, I have to go get a Q-tip. Yeah, exactly. Each of these said, follow my fingers. Yeah, it was probably that, right? Hey, can you see these? Yeah. How many fingers am I holding up? 1. I mean, technically, I'm holding up 1. I'm holding up 1 finger. So, yeah. Cisco said, I feel bad for Tua since the championship game. He's been getting hurt one way or another. A little bit, right? He seems to be a bit injury prone. And these aren't his fault, really. I mean, these are just head bouncing off the turf. You can't really control that. Rudy said, water. When's the last time you took a bath? Bitch, I took a bath yesterday. Before Kyle and Josh came over. Kiss my ass. Have you know? I took a shower. I didn't take a bath. I'm a grown ass man. I don't bathe. I don't take a bath. I mean, every once in a while. I like to soak, put some bubbles, and just let Calgon take me away. Just forget it. Steven, the weather guy said, no water. Don't you pay $1,000 a month for water? Yeah, but that's the water that you use. I don't know what our water bill is going to be. I got to water the grass. It's dry. Oh, by the way, also on the home front, we have a goddamn armadillo running around the yard. I don't know if I told this last week, but I was out on the porch watching TV, smoking a cigar, and I heard this rustling behind me. I was like, what the hell is that? And I look, and I can't really see anything. And I can hear, you know how you can hear when someone tears up grass? You can hear the roots breaking. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it's a thing for us yard guys. And I hear, and I look, and I get up, and I go over with my light, and I light it up, and it's an armadillo. I was like, oh, great. And they will screw up your yard. And now I know what this means. It means we have grubs, so I got to kill grubs. By the way, went to Home Depot to get grub killer. Out. I need to get the 24-hour grub killer. And they are sold out. Yes, Joel, this is a total squirrel moment, but I think we exhausted the Tua conversation. It's difficult to have those kind of conversations like on Tua and stuff when there's no one to have the like doing a solo show. Like I can just give you the info and give you my opinion, and then what? So, Dave said armadillos carry listeria. That's weird. I just moved for no reason. Isn't it that album by Def Leppard? I loved that album. Listeria. What a great album. So we've got this armadillo, and I was like, well, I gotta get rid of the grubs. What's up, Christy Spark? One, I gotta get rid of the grubs. Two, yeah, Dre said armadillos will tear up your yard and your flower beds. Catch them searching for food after 10. Yeah, that's exactly right. And so the exterminator guy was out here on Friday, and he was like, I said, dude, I got an armadillo. Do you guys have a trap or anything? And he was like, we don't have traps. You can just go get one at Home Depot. I said, what do you suggest that I put bait in for? He was like, well, there's no bait. And I Googled it and I looked, and that was confirmed. There's nothing you can bait a trap with to get an armadillo to come after it. Like, they don't like carrots or a salad or a steak or none of that shit. They like grubs. And they like to get them themselves. So you can't, I couldn't even put a bowl of grubs in there like it was Halloween for the armadillo. You know what I mean? Like, he's not going to go to it. But what I was told was, well, you can put the trap directly in front of the hole where he goes, what's up, Ryan? And the wood is good, buddy. The wood is good. I was just telling a story about having an armadillo in my yard. So the guy tells me you can put the trap in front of the armadillo's burrow, the hole that he digs in the ground. And he'll just walk right into it. When he leaves to go foraging for food at night, he'll just walk right into the trap. Done deal. And I was like, okay, and once I catch it, what am I supposed to do with it? What's up, Jim on Sports? I said, once I catch it, what am I supposed to do with it? And he was like, you could take it a couple miles away and drop it off somewhere. I was like, okay. That's one option, I suppose. He was like, or, some people are opposed to this, but you could just shoot it in the head. I was like, what? He was like, you don't even have to catch it. I was like, what do you mean? Chris, Amos said just release him into traffic. Yeah, and to get us both killed. Get the Amazon driver to run him over. That's hilarious. Christy, that's super funny. You can't put a bat. You can put a bat to them if you can get close enough. Oh, I get close enough. They have terrible eyesight. That's the thing. Armadillos have terrible eyesight. So you can sneak up on them. They have pretty good hearing. Cisco said melatonin David Gal. You guys are crazy, man. But he said another thing you can do. So if you don't want to catch it in a trap and take it somewhere and let it go, and you don't want to call like a trapper, he said you can find the hole, its burrow, get you a bag of concrete, and just fill that sumbitch in. And just walk away. I was like, bro. He's like, it's an option. I was like, dog, you're crazy. Like, what? First of all, that's a lot of work. Now I got to mix up the concrete? No, pimp. I'm not trying to mix up concrete. What color is your... Oh, what? Hey, whoa. I got two of them. Which one you talking about? I got two. I got a brown one and one that's mixed, kind of white and black. What'd this say? Let him roll into a ball, go bowling. It feels like Elmer Fudd Bugs Bunny moment. They'll smell you and he will jet like a cheetah. I don't know. They're not that fast. Trap it, let it go in the woods somewhere a bit away. They eat a lot of ticks and other small pests, says Mark. I'm not throwing a stick of dynamite in there. What's up, 19? I'm not throwing a stick of dynamite in this. I'm not Bugs Bunny, okay? So my choices are call a professional, pour concrete in there, and or trap it myself. So I went and bought a trap at Home Depot, and I kind of set it up. They said you can kind of see their path that they follow it. I put it in the path. Nothing so far, but I think what I'm going to do is just take it over to the hole and put it in the very front. Because they said if you just put it in the front where he walks out, they'll walk right into it and you'll catch it. So we're going to try that. Fingers crossed. And if that doesn't work, it's concrete time. I mean, you got to buy the bags of Quikrete. Get the guy at Home Depot Lowe's to load them into your car without them overloading and blowing out your suspension. Unload it at home. Mix it. See? Yeah, exactly. No, I'm not getting an Acme Anvil, Mimi. You guys, I'm not Wile E. Coyote. Okay? It's an armadillo. First of all, not a road runner. Chris Reyes says, what are you going to do with it? I'll probably just take it somewhere and let it go. I don't know. Dress up like a ladyberry and trick him. Dress up like a lady armadillo. Could you see that? It'd be all like, just be sitting there. Just, hey, armadillo, you want some of this armadillo ass? Come on, big boy. It'd be great if somebody sold armadillo pheromones and I could just lay in the grass with my legs open. Hey, Mr. Armadillo, you want some of this sweet armadillo puss? I doubt that would work. Steven, the weather guy, said, how does Nora feel about all this? She don't give a shit. Jared Taylor said armadillo soup. I'm not eating the armadillo, okay? We have an H-E-B around. We have a grocery store. I'm not going to eat a fucking armadillo for no reason. It's weird. You heard him. He's not a super genius. What? Yeah, Reyes wants to know what I'm going to do with it. I'm just going to let it go. I'm just going to take it somewhere. Armadillo vabbing? No. Let's take it somewhere and let it go. Once I catch it, that's going to be the problem. First thing I need to do is get rid of the grubs, though. That's the first thing. Once I get rid of the grubs, then I'm good. Joe Pro's disappointed in you. I bet Joe Pro would catch it. I feel like Joe Pro probably is like the armadillo whisperer. Have you seen a picture of Joe Pro? Like Joe Pro would probably come over and be like, you know, like, you remember Caesar Milan, the dog whisperer, where he would go to somebody's house and their dog would be just losing their shit. They'd be like, and Caesar would be like, and he'd grab the dog by the neck and be like, and the dog would be like, and then he would just have the dog like mesmerized and the dog would do whatever he wants. I feel like that's Joe Pro with armadillos. Like he could walk up and be like, I don't know, probably wouldn't work on an armadillo. There's probably like another thing you could say. You know, like, I don't know. Whatever it is, maybe you're like, but I feel like Joe Pro could hypnotize an armadillo and make it do whatever he wants. D-Mata just randomly says rabbit stew is good. What? Jim on Sports said Barry douses himself in armadillo pheromones and then attracts every armadillo in a 75-mile radius. Probably. They're showing up at my house like it's The Bachelor. Just standing out on my porch in their little armadillo outfit with roses and chocolates. Is the lady of the house home? Nora's like, no. Go away. I told Alice that I have some armadillo pheromones, $500 a bottle, no guarantees. Oh, okay. Let me get right on that. They use their name to PCR planting the what? I don't know. What? They use their name to PCR plating to thermic to detect what the. Somebody check on 19 stir. He's having a stroke. I don't know what that was. Armadillos carry leprosy and other diseases. Be careful, my mom says. Well, I'm not going to have sex with it, Mom. I'm not trying to bang the armadillo. I'm not going to like open mouth kiss it, or I just need to catch it. That's all. I'll wear gloves. Well, Wine is Punk Rock Cisco said, we had a dead armadillo at the winery and buzzards picked it clean. Now there's just a shell on the side of one of the sheds. Nice. Mark said Joe Pro would pick it up and start scratching its belly. Get it to purr. Give it a shoulder pad. It's so funny. Joe Pro wears armadillo shells as shoulder pads. That's hilarious. Puts it on his back like Teenage Mutant Ninja Armadillo. Pasha says I take one phone call and we're talking armadillo pheromones. Yeah, well, I have an armadillo in my neighborhood, on my property, on my lot, on my yard. The name armadillo planning comes from them. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, gotcha. I didn't know that. Look at this. We're learning something in our chat. So we have an armadillo eggs. No, they lay eggs. Do armadillos lay eggs? Or do they have babies? How do armadillos procreate? How do armadillos have babies? Armadillos give live birth to the babies. The mammals do not lay eggs and instead give birth to their young ones. After the mating process is completed, the babies will grow within the fertilized egg inside the mother. After the gestation period is over, these mammals will give birth to their young babies. Wow. Oh, look, there's a video we could watch. I want to see how an armadillo gives birth, how armadillos give birth. You want to watch this? This is, oh man. Oh, this is kind of like porn. This is kind of aggressive. Look at that little fella right there. He's getting it. Why is he furry? They're furry? That little fella, he's like, where you going? Where you going? Where you going? Come here. Don't run from the Lord. He's like, you gonna take this armadillo dick and you gonna like it. She's like, no means no, you son of a bitch. Like that armadillo right there is not giving up. He is not giving up. He's having armadillos. I don't know what the little hairs are. Some bitches are ugly. Ugly. Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. There's a little armadillo, baby. What's up, Flip? Oh, look at that little thing. I want to see how they're born. I didn't realize they're so hairy. That's disgusting. Look at that shell. Boy, look at that guy. He's shaped like a peanut. I wonder how hard their shell is. Like, could you shoot one? Well, I guess a bullet would go through there, right? It wouldn't like ricochet off. And if y'all find me dead in my backyard, I tried to shoot it. Cece said, apparently my ex was part armadillo. Cece, would you get off me? I got to go to work in the morning. Look at this. They got a charcuterie board for the fucking armadillos. What are we doing? They're like, oh, what do armadillos eat? Oh, they like nice cheeses and crackers and wines. I want to see the babies being born. I want to see them. Oh, wait a minute. Well, that's the babies. Oh, look at that. That looks like Total Dallas. Okay. That's not all right. Look at little Total Dallas right there. Look at him. Oh, that's how we're feeding it? Nope. I ain't got the patience for that bullshit. I'd be like, this little armadillo is going to die. You know I love you, buddy. You know I love you. Look at this little armadillo tongue. Oh, my God. That's crazy. It looks like an anteater. Oh, look at his ears. That's awesome. He got Oliver's ears. But I never showed them actually giving birth. That's the only disappointing thing. I wanted to see them give birth to the armadillo. Jared said, wait, I thought we learned you can't bait them. Right? Just put some armadillo puss out there. They come a running. We call them Gordoliterin. Oh, I got to Google that. I got to look that up. Hold on. But here, we call them armadillos. Oh, yeah. Sure enough. Gordoliterin. There it is. There it is. Smart man. There are 21 species of armadillos. Holy shit. That's a lot. Now imagine that little guy with a shovel going through his face. Yeah, no, I see, like, I'm not a hunter. I've never gone hunting a day in my life. I think it would be hard for me to kill an animal like that. Now, I mean, I chopped the head off of a snake a couple times. That wasn't that difficult. But all in all, I think it would be hard for me to, like, look down at the armadillo. 21. Who knew what? 21 what? 21 what? What? 21. What is 21? Yes, abort South and North America. I guess. What was 21? Oh, 21 species. Sorry. I'm like, what? You're more a trap and release guy? No, I'm more like, I don't want to have to mess with the animals guy. Like, I couldn't go out and look at this armadillo in the trap and just take my pistol and shoot it in the face. I just, there's no way I could do that. There's no way I could do that. Now, like one time, Nora and I had a possum in our, at our old house. We had a possum in the garage. And what's crazy is I didn't know. I would go out and my garage would just be destroyed. All the shit in there would be off the shelves. And I was blaming Nora. I was like, babe, what'd you do in the garage? She was like, I didn't do nothing. I was like, well, why is it torn up? She goes, I don't know why it's torn up. I was like, well, I didn't do it. There's only 2 of us in this house. You were out there tearing up my shit. She's like, I didn't tear up the garage. I'm like, well, babe, come look. And she was like, well, I don't know. And I pick all the shit back up, and then I come out the next day, and it'd all be torn up again. I was like, Nora, what are you looking for? She's like, babe, I'm not doing that. We go through about, 4 of these. And it wasn't like every day. It was like, 2 days apart, 3 days apart. And one day I go to throw stuff in my garbage. And I open the lid to the trash can, and there's this possum in there, and he's all like, ah. He's hissing at me and shit. But I was like, oh my God. So I put him in the back of her car. She had a Mitsubishi Eclipse at the time. We just popped the hatchback. I put the whole trash can in the back of her car, and I drove to the front of the subdivision. There was a big field, and I took the trash can, and I just threw that sumbitch in the field. Trash can, trash, possum, all that shit. And I ran to the car and drove off. That's it. End the transaction. I drove to Home Depot. I bought a new trash can. We're good. That's it. I'm not dumping that shit out. So my guess is if I catch this armadillo in the trap, I'll probably just drive it to a new location. I don't even know if I'm going to open the door because it might get me. I might just leave the trap somewhere and be like, hope you figure out how to work doors, buddy. It's going to be awkward. I would have definitely shot the possum in the face. Well, God, one deep, I can't do that. I couldn't do it. My dad would trap and release chipmunks that would be digging up his yard and drive them to the abandoned farm a couple miles up the road. Fast forward 10 years and he moves to a new subdivision. Could drive him to Kyle or Josh's house. First of all, Kyle lives over an hour away. Josh is like 35 minutes. No. Oh my God. DJ Maddie said, what's an armadillo's favorite dish? Quesadilla.
Flat line.
Boo this man. Yeah, Wallace said they're pretty much blind, so you can open the cage. Yeah, that's what they said. They really can't see all that well. What if it gets loose in my car? I'm taking Nora's car. Possums are the kind of the Tasmanian devil species. Oh, are they? Take it to a farm in the country. No, I'm not taking. I'm just gonna take it to somewhere. Maybe I'll take it to Spring Creek and throw it in there. Let it see if it can swim in a cage. I don't know. I'm not doing that. Okay, I got a film session for us. We'll get to that, but I wanted to take a look at some NFL football. We'll talk about what happened this weekend. We can look at some college football. I don't want to talk about the Aggies. Jesus, I don't want to talk about the Aggies. What an awful, awful showing for the Aggies. We can also talk some baseball. More teams. We're getting a better idea of the playoff picture. We now know, boy, the Braves did a number on the Mets down the home stretch. So yeah, it looks like we've got just about everything figured out. The only thing we don't know is Phillies and Brewers. Who's in, who's out. We'll go through the wild card. In fact, let's just do that right now. Hey, why not? We're here, right? What else are we going to do? Here's the wild card standings as it sits. So, playoff race. Let's just take a look-see there. Oh, this is just, I don't want that. I want the actual standings. So as you can see, New York has won their division. Toronto and Tampa, by the way, here's the thing. So X clinched the division, Y clinched a wild card, E was eliminated, and then the asterisk is the best league record, and a Z clinched a playoff berth. They just don't know the seeding yet, right? So you still don't know the seeding for Atlanta and New York. Philly's not in, and the Brewers aren't in. St. Louis is in. They won their division. The Dodgers clinched the best record in the National League. Padres are in. By the way, the Padres clinched at home for the first time, I think, since like 2005. Pretty crazy. So we're trying to figure out what the Phillies and Brewers are going to do, what that's going to look like. Over in the American League, Keith, thank you for the sub, buddy. Much appreciated, my friend. That is 8 months for Keith Sager, you guys. That's badass. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, American League's pretty much done. So the Yankees won their division. Cleveland won theirs down the stretch, boy. Not a hotter team in baseball than Cleveland. Astros, best record in the American League. That was clinched. Seattle's in. And then Toronto and Tampa are in. So here is, okay. What happened to my, there's got to be a better way to do this. Here is the wild card in the American League. Toronto, Seattle, and Tampa. So what happens is, if you're unfamiliar, the two best records in the league get a bye in the first round. So the Astros and the Yankees don't have to play these first round matchups, right? So it'll be Toronto, Tampa, Cleveland, and the Mariners that play. In fact, if we pull up a sketch, I bet you. Let's see. October 5th is the last day of the season, I believe. Let's see. No, we want. Where is it? There we go. So you can see. Hold on. Let's see. Thursday. October 6th. Yeah. Well, they don't have the actual. Okay, so yeah, Friday, October 7th is the first matchup. And you have the AL wildcard game 1, AL wildcard game 1. And that would be, so again, like I said, the way that it works is the worst division winner record versus the worst wildcard team. And then the other two wildcard teams play each other. The winner of those two will play each other. So, I wish they had this all lined up, but they don't. Nonetheless, we know who those are going to be. And then we're just waiting on Philly and Milwaukee to get to decide that. And I don't know what their let me look at Philly's schedule. So Philly has 3 versus the Astros. Milwaukee has, and the Astros, I don't know what they're going to do as far as who they trot out. Oh boy. Advantage Milwaukee. They're playing Arizona for their final 3 games. Philly is playing the Astros on the road against McCullers, Verlander, and Valdez. Whew. Milwaukee's going to be facing Henry, Gallen, and Kelly. So, I'd say that's definitely advantage Milwaukee. Problem is, they're 2 back, so they need Philly to get swept. I think Philly's magic number is 1. I think if Philly wins, they're in. If I'm not mistaken. Let's see, does it say? Yeah, magic number is 1. Okay. So they just need to win 1 game, or the Brewers have to lose 1 game. So it's interesting down the stretch. They get those 3 pitchers. Not an easy 3, right? McCullers, Verlander, and Valdez. So good luck, Philly. But they're in the driver's seat, though. They're up 2. Magic number is 1. All they have to do is 1 game. Win 1 game. So there you go. That. Let's see, where was the other? Oh, Pujols honored pregame, then slugged his 702nd career home run. That's dope. Judge still seeking home run number 62. No one, look, we're all done. And by the way, can I bitch for a second? I didn't really need a break in while I'm watching. I don't know what I was watching. Was it October 1st? Yeah, it was on Saturday. And I forget, maybe I was watching I don't know what football game I was watching. It was on ESPN. But ESPN would, hey, all right, we're going to go to Yankee Stadium for Aaron Judge's at bat. He's already walked twice and been hit by a pitch. We're going to go to Yankee Stadium for this historic at bat where Aaron Judge is sitting on 60 home runs. He would tie, was it 60 that he was sitting on? Yeah. And he'll tie Roger Maris for the Yankee record. And I got to thinking about it. Do you think ESPN breaks in for any other team record? Because that's what this is. 61 is not the Major League Baseball home run record. It's the Yankees. What is the American League record? Maybe it is 61. But again, this is not a baseball record like overall, right? This is strictly this is very self-indulgent. This is very Yankees-ish. It's a Yankees record. It's I don't know. I'm also kind of petty when it comes to that shit. But don't start busting in and showing me shit from folks that I'm so petty. Uh-oh, what's going on here? Where's my Oh, there it goes. Okay, cool. I found it. What is the American League record? Let's see. AL home run. I should know this. I want to say it is 61, isn't it? Yeah. So that is Maris's. Okay, well, that is a little more. It's still. They didn't break in for Pujols hitting 700. Just say exactly. Mazak said 61. Yeah, MLB home run record is 762. Yeah, but we're in a season. In a single season. Celio said, yeah, I know what you mean. Those breaks to Judge at bats were stupid. Nobody cares. Yeah, that's the part that I think bothers me the most. Is it was like the way they pitched it. They didn't even say American League home run record. They pitched it as he's going to break the Yankee home run record. They're not breaking in for, oh, look, Luis Gonzalez is going to break the Arizona Diamondbacks home run record. They're not doing that. So if you're trying to pitch to me that it's a historical moment because it's the American League home run record, I say to you, no one gives a shit about that. No one breaks down like, oh, he was the best passer in the AFC South. Nobody gives a shit. Do you have the most passing yards in football? Do you have the most home runs in baseball? League be damned. So it's also, if it was anybody but the Yankees, I don't think I would be as petty, but I am. Oh, it must be showing. Now people are texting me like, hey, you good? I bet Barry on Deck goes live for someone hitting their 69th home run. Yeah. That's if I was a baseball player and I could hit and I got to 69, I'd stop. I'd never hit another home run. Be like, I had 69 career home runs. Every stat that I get, I would just stop. 69 stolen bases, I'm never stealing another base. Mazak said your pettiness is valid. Thank you. Thank you very much. Chris Reyes said, is Jenny on today? Yes, as a matter of fact, I'm looking at her beautiful face in the green room as we speak. So that was my little, that kind of perturbed me. And y'all know I love baseball, but I don't need to know that Aaron Judge is at the plate. Who gives a shit? He's not breaking an MLB record. Don't cut in on my stuff. So there you go. Shout out to everybody listening on Podbean, D-Mac, Titan Hugo, John Dory. I try to get it so that you guys can hear the interview. I don't know if that always works or not. I think there's a problem sometimes with it, but Lord, I apologize. So we'll go from there. All right. Joining me on the program, like she does every single week, usually on Mondays. Sometimes either she has a scheduling conflict or I do, or usually mine is a tech problem. But joining me as she always does, the one, the only, the beautiful, the talented, the sweet, the amazing JennyIsMom. Mother, hello, how are you?
Hi, does that mean I'm out of the doghouse?
You were out of the doghouse 17 hours.
30 minutes.
No.
17.
30 minutes. It's like
Did
you don't
pass
even know
on
me.
Did you pass on my apologies to him?
No.
You were supposed to.
No, I didn't. I haven't talked to him since then. We tried to get him back on the show, and then they couldn't connect after that. Yeah, you pretty much did. You pretty much screwed the pooch.
Pretty much ruined it forever. I know.
It was bad. It was devastating. The show's never been the same since.
Oh, wow. Pile it on.
The numbers are down. No, I'm just...
God. Hey, did you know I was listening to you talking about the armadillo.
Uh-huh.
You know there's an armadillo repellent you can buy to sprinkle around your yard.
I don't think it's going to make it go away for good. I need to get rid of the grubs first.
Well, but if you sprinkle that around the yard, it lasts a pretty long time. It's kind of like that snake be gone. Same thing. If you sprinkle it around your yard, they won't cross it. Well, the armadillos, it repels them.
We had snakes. Same thing. The exterminator told me, he's like, yeah, you can use some of that stuff. But that means you have a rat problem. If you get rid of the rats,
absolutely.
You get rid of the rat snake. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. So we have rat traps all around the house. No snakes because we don't have rats now.
Well, you know, I had a bird feeder in the backyard. And when the birds would get on the feeder, this is ecology for you. They'd get on the feeder and they would feed, but some of the bird seed would drop on the ground. And so the rats would come to eat the bird seed on the ground, and then the snakes would come to get the rats.
Yeah. Yeah.
So guess what? I don't have any more bird feeders.
You got your little Darwin experiment going out there, don't you?
That's right. No more bird feeders. The first time the snake knocked on my back door, remember I told you that story? I said, okay, I'm done. No more bird feeders.
Fuck these birds and these rats.
I don't care if they die of starvation.
Amos said, shout out to Jenny for less baseball talk. Hey, kiss my ass, Amos. Okay? We talk baseball on this show.
I love baseball talk. I'm so excited about the playoffs. I just can't make up my mind who I'd rather play, whether I'd rather play Seattle or Tampa Bay or
I don't think you want to play Seattle. Seattle's they're pretty
I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there.
Of course, the Rays always seem to have the Astros number. I think at this point, I might rather play Toronto. You know what? I'll give it the Yankees. The Yankees are the Astros, bitch. That's who I want to play them every round.
I was so mad. Of course, I don't know. I was watching the football game, which was horrible, but they kept cutting into Judd batting, and I'm like, this is so stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, really? We're gonna watch this? Him take a bat, take a walk, strike out.
Pretty boring. I agree. Maze ATX said we need a Mills be gone. Yeah, we do. That was awful. Jeez. Terrible. So Davis Mills, the quarterback for the Houston Texans.
Oh,
we need a Mills be gone.
Hey, I know that was awful. It was a bad weekend for my football teams. Yeah.
Yeah. How did U of H do?
Oh,
I literally didn't watch any. I spent all day, both days outside in the yard working. Worked on my lawnmower. Nora and I, for the first time, I think in our life, hung decorations.
Oh, you're kidding!
For Halloween of all things. No,
for Halloween.
Hell no. No, we have spiders and webs up everywhere.
How cute.
She bought this big ass web. I'm like, what? Why now? She wanted it. I was like, okay. So I got out there, did that, took my mower apart and changed the blades and cleaned it. And we did. So
are you going to dress up in a costume and scare the kids on Halloween night?
No.
Do y'all have a lot of trick-or-treaters?
Let me tell you what. I don't know, because when we moved into this neighborhood in 2014, we moved in December, so we didn't have a Halloween for almost an entire year. So we don't know. We're new to the neighborhood, kinda. October rolls around, and I go to Sam's because I'm like, we're new in the neighborhood. I don't want to be they don't have kids. They hate kids. I was like, even though I do, I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna be that house. So I go to Sam's, mother, and I buy so much fucking candy. I mean, I bought like 4 of the biggest bags that Sam's has of Halloween candy. I bet
you ended up eating most of it.
We're about to do it up big for these kids in this neighborhood. And because we're on the corner lot, so we have the 2 driveways. But I was like, well, we got a front door. That's where everybody trick or treats at, right? Right. So I get everything set up. I got the lights on. I'm ready, man. Starts to get dusk. Nobody's coming to the door. Gets dark. Nobody's at the door. And it's not like dark where you can't see yet, but it's, you know what I mean? Like, it's dark.
Right.
And so I told Nora, I was like, well, maybe we're missing them. Maybe that we need to be on the back driveway because we're on a corner lot. So we have one driveway on one side and one on the other. I was like, so we now are posted up 2 different locations. I got Nora Nora's sister and her niece sitting on the back of my truck on one driveway. Nora and I have now taken all the shit outside of the circle drive, and we're out looking for fucking kids.
No kids.
Nothing. Nobody showed up the entire time. I've got $811 worth of candy to eat. We gave out not candy one. Now one single piece of candy was given out. And I'm like, what is going on? So I get on the Facebook group and I'm like, hey guys.
Of the neighborhood?
Yeah. I'm like, hey guys, is this like are we like super Christian and everyone thinks Halloween is the devil's holiday? What's going on in this neighborhood where no trick-or-treaters showed up? And they're like, oh yeah, we don't do that way. You have to get on the approved house map, and people use the map and go to the houses. I was like, you do what?
What? I have never heard of such
you had to get on the trick-or-treat map. And so you had to call them and be like, hey, we want to be on the trick-or-treat map. And then they vet you, run a credit check. I'm like, I'm not going through a fucking background check to give these little raggedy ass kids some candy.
Plus candy you paid for.
Yeah.
You have to say, can I? Oh God.
So they do.
Is that
every year. So I literally.
So you've never given out any candy?
I shit you not. It took me an entire year to eat all that candy. A year. I remember because I'm in the middle of October and the bowl is almost empty. I'm like, I can't believe it has taken me this long to get rid of all this candy. And I was taking it to work. This is back when I had a job. I would take it to work. Oh my God, it was so much candy. And yeah.
So you're decorating, but you're not going to have any kids this year.
No, I'm not getting on. I'm not calling nobody's house, or I'm not calling no office to get on a map and no bullshit like that. They're not running my credit. I'm not supplying any documentation or information. No, bitch, you want some candy? Come to the house. But they blew
I wonder
that.
if anybody else's neighborhood does that. I've never heard of such.
I don't know.
Thing.
We do some weird shit in this neighborhood, though.
Y'all do.
Dumb shit.
You do.
So it's whatever. But that was So I've never again. That's why when we put it out, I was like, "What are we doing?" She's like, "I don't know. I just wanted to decorate." I was like, "Okay, if that's what you want to do."
What a good husband you were.
Yeah, I got out there on that ladder, and it took.
Got to keep Mama happy.
Well, first I had to pressure wash the stucco because it's dirty. And I was like, well, is that where you're going to put it? She was like, well, no, but people will see it. I was like, what? People see it anyways, babe. Like, why? Well, but if we have the web and the spiders and all that shit hung, it's in that area. Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
So first I had to pressure wash the house. Well, I can't just do that little section because the whole house is dirty. So now here I go.
It's funny how one job leads to another when you really get out there. Because I've been after Paul to do our patio. And I said, well, we need to do this and this and this. And then I'll think, oh, yeah, but then we need to do this, this, and this. Yeah. He hadn't done any of it, but that's okay.
Stephen, the weather guy said,
to it on his own time.
Stephen, the weather guy said, yeah, calling up and being like, hey, where are all the kids at isn't creepy at all. Hey. Where's all the kids? Yeah. Mom told us not to go to the crazy guy's house. Bitch, I'm not crazy. What kind of candy does Jenny give out on Halloween? Stephen, the weather guy, wants to know.
Well, we have some special kids that come to the house, like our grandkids, but also a couple of our neighbors. And we usually give them a big old chocolate candy thing with a $5 bill in it or money in it.
You never did that shit for me?
Because they're special.
You never did that for me.
You are always out in the neighborhood hitting up other people. But we do that. But then regular candy, we give out M&Ms. We get out good candy. Reese's Pieces. No cheap stuff at our house.
No. Mom is not that.
Kids.
Mom's not the one that's like, here's pennies. It's like, bitch, I don't want no pennies. Here's an apple. Like, what are you, a dentist? Get the fuck out of here. Why are you giving me an apple?
You have run out before. Well, what do you do when you run out? You have to do something.
Can of soup.
You can turn the light off.
Hey, look, I got you some crackers. Like, here's 3 saltines. Just drop those in the bag. What? When you run out, you turn the light off. And you're like, that's it. We're out of candy.
And then they'll egg your house.
What? What information are you getting? Like, what are you talking about?
Oh gosh! Don't you
egg your house? No, where do you live?
You
live in Beirut? Then they throw rocks at your tanks. What? No.
Well, we lived in Harvest Bend. They would egg your house if you didn't have candy.
They would not. No, they would not. We never. I was one of the neighborhood kids, mother. We never got together and were like, all right, here's the plan. Fuck all these adults that don't pass out candy. Was I?
You were a good kid. Yeah. Even if you were adopted.
Dave PB Dub said, don't come with Smarties. Candy apples are the worst. Who's passing out candy apples? I think people pass out apples or candy, but nobody's passing out candy apples because I don't think people want to have like a 7-step process to pass shit out. Where you're like, all right, we got to get apples and we got to get sticks. We got to put the sticks in the apples, dip them, let them sit. No, that's too much work.
Hey, ask your deckheads how many of them take their candy and have their candy x-rayed before they give it to their kids.
Well, you just did, Mom. They can
I
hear
know,
you.
But I mean, do people still do that?
I don't.
For a long time that was that big scare where people were putting razor blades
because of one person or whatever.
Leave it to some psychos to screw up something. That's
my favorite now is like, they're putting weed. They're putting weed in all the candy. First of all, I wish. Second of all,
I was gonna say, I bet you'd be out there trick.
Ain't nobody wasting their weed on your raggedy ass kids. My buddy, he's a stoner. He was like, hey, this is just your yearly reminder that stoners love their weed too much to be putting it in the fucking candy jar for your kids, okay? No stoners like, you know what I'm going to do? Not get high on this and give it to a kid? No.
I'm going to give it to the kids.
No. That's ridiculous. Ruby said no, but I look it over. Wood Creek in the north side had the candy apples. Oh my. I'm giving out bottled water and little bags of lettuce. D-Mata, you are going to be the most hated man in the neighborhood.
Little bags of lettuce?
That's hilarious.
Is that what he said?
D-Mata's out here giving out salads.
Hysterical.
Hey, kids, you're fat. Here's some lettuce.
Giving out salads.
Amos said, so
Like, give him a
radiating.
carrot.
Amos said radiating the candy, didn't give it to the kids. Was a thing. Yeah. Then giving it to the kids. Yeah, that's a thing. Parents got, back when I was a kid, that was a thing. They were paranoid.
Yeah, because we had that one guy that, somebody was putting razor blades and candy. I was scared for you kids. I went through your candy before I let you have
that
it.
was some bullshit rumors, though.
No, it was not. Not that one.
How many? Okay, I'm gonna ask, how many people do you know found a razor blade in their candy?
Oh, no one I know, but it was in the paper that there were some that found them in there. It's just a mean thing to do. And so you just have to, I had to go. I didn't want my baby to,
Wasn't nobody at Harvest Bend putting razor blades in their candy?
I don't know. There were some weird people that lived in our neighborhood. That's true. Lots of prowlers.
That's true. That's very true. D-Mata said a healthy kid is a happy kid. No, D-Mata. Not on Halloween. Not on Halloween. Donna said my mom used to make popcorn balls. People would come to our house from miles away.
Those are fun.
Really?
Those are fun. Yeah, those are really good. Make them with caramel. What?
Cisco said Barry's going to give out an armadillo to one lucky kid.
I tell you what, your dead kids are so funny.
Dude, could you imagine that? Ding dong. They're like, trick or treat. I'm like, oh, do I got something special for you? Stay right there, youngin'.
You can have a big bowl.
Close your eyes and open up your sack.
There you go. Hey, you can have a big bowl where they fill out their name and their, phone number, and you can call the lucky winner.
Have a raffle. We got a special prize. Yeah. See, PB Dub said that razor blade thing was an urban legend. That's exactly right. It's like the Smurfs in high school.
So. Not in Houston.
Yeah, it was like the Smurfs in high school. They used to talk about this gang called the Smurfs. Yeah, they talk about this gang called the Smurfs was going to show up and shoot up the school if you were outside playing. And so kids were scared to go outside. It's bullshit. It was just a bunch of no Smurfs, no gang called the Smurfs. First of all, who names their gang the fucking Smurfs? Nobody.
All right, well, I'm going to have to look that up because I swear I remember there actually being someone that put, it. A razor blade or needles. I can't believe it.
In candy. Urban legend.
It would have been in the 70s, probably, or 80s. Yeah, probably in the 80s.
You go to Wikipedia under poisoned candy myths. Poison candy myths are urban legends about malevolent strangers intentionally hiding poisons or sharp objects such as razor blades or needles or broken glass in candy and distributing the candy in order to harm random children.
So that's a myth?
Yeah. It says, claims that candy was poisoned. Let's see. Yeah. In the 80s and 90s, the U.S. Census Bureau, in conjunction with state agencies, tested hundreds of kinds of candy and found no evidence of poison or adulteration. So that is a legend.
Well, it was a myth. Well, I stand corrected.
Yeah.
All that work I did trying to clean your candy.
I like what Mimi said, though. Mimi said she doesn't take them down to have it examined. She does a taste test. Mimi's like,
now, hey, that works. That works. Well, I still check the candy because I don't want people to put candy in your little bag, too, that wasn't in paper or something. People would make cookies or candy, and I don't know if I wanted you eating that.
I'm not trying to. If I've never seen your kitchen, I don't want to eat your food.
Yeah, I was kind of worried about that too.
Some people have roaches and don't clean their shit properly. I don't want that candy. Yeah,
I ain't having no roaches.
Mom? What was the weirdest thing you ever dressed up as on Halloween?
A skeleton. I made the outfit. You remember that when I wrapped you up and you?
Oh, we're gonna get to that story. Oh, that's gonna be a story. I don't know that we need to tell that story this week because we're almost out of time. But before we get to Halloween, maybe the week of Halloween. When is Halloween this year?
Halloween is on a Monday.
Is it?
Yeah.
What a
Are you going to give me
time
candy
for
if I
Halloween.
come on Monday?
No.
Yeah, it's on a Monday.
No, why would I do that? Yeah, Halloween is the 31st.
Yeah, Halloween. Yeah, Monday.
Okay.
Yep, sure
Okay.
is.
Maybe I'll tell the story then about my most famous costume ever. We'll do that. Yeah, it's just soon. We don't want to. You don't want to shoot your load too soon. We got a whole month.
No.
Of Halloween talk, so we'll get to it.
Okay.
The Smurfs originated.
Are you gonna wear a costume on the 31st?
No, Jenny. I'm a grown ass man. I'm 48.
I know, but you could get in the spirit of that. You want me to wear a costume? I can wear a costume.
No, I definitely don't. What would you dress up as? A skeleton again? Oh, you're super crazy. What would you? You know what? You know what? Wear a costume if I get to pick it.
Okay. What is it?
I don't know yet. I don't know yet.
Don't pick Lady Godiva or something like that.
What?
Lady Godiva?
Does she make chocolates? Who is Lady Godiva?
No.
Lady Godiva. I know I've heard the name. Old English. What? Lady Godiva is an Old English Godgifu? What was a late Anglo-Saxon noblewoman who was relatively well documented as the wife of what What an obscure thing to pull out.
I'm obscure anyway.
Why is she riding a horse naked, Jenny?
She did. That's why I said don't let me go as Lady Godiva. I mean, she rode a horse naked through town for some sort of a protest back when.
First of all, I'm not going to have my mom on my show. What?
I never know. You never know with Barry.
So
I'll think of it.
How did they derive chocolate from a naked woman on a horse is what I need to know.
I have no idea. I do not know.
Must not be related. I don't know.
Must not be.
All right. I'm going to think of a Halloween
but
costume.
But it was true, see? Okay.
All right, Mother. I love you. This was great. Thank you for hanging out, as always.
I'll see you on next Monday.
Yes, you will.
Go Stros.
Or sooner. All right.
Or sooner. Bye.
Bye. You guys, that is JennyIsMom joining me on the program as she does every single Monday. Right here on Barry on Deck. I love it. It's so fun. She's a great hang. She really is. Amos said I thought she meant Lady Gaga. Well, that would be outstanding. To have JennyIsMom show up as Lady Gaga. That would be pretty good. It's not bad. I okay be if you dress up as Jeffrey Dahmer. No, I'm not dressing up as Jeffrey Dahmer. Crystal said I'm back. What's up, girl? Ooh, Queen Elizabeth. Oh, is that like sacrilegious? Would that be bad? Why is the September thing still up? I have a Halloween t-shirt that I wear to go out with the kids. I ain't dressing up. See, Jen gets it. That's why we're BFFs, Jen. You get me. By the way, did the I wondered if they heard her on the Podbean. Was the interview working on Podbean? I don't know. So I haven't watched the Jeffrey Dahmer series yet, but Nora has. And she said, let me show you. I have a visual for you. So I have these. I have two of these. And I use these. Jen said it was disturbing, but I binged it in one day. Yeah. I have two of these, and one of them is hanging in the garage. And just because it was out there, and I didn't want to put it up. And Nora was like, babe, that reminds me of Jeffrey Dahmer. And I was like, why? Because I didn't watch it. I didn't give a shit. And she was like, in the movie, he sleeps with a mannequin and rubs on it. She's like, if I come home and you're laying in bed with this thing, It's not good. I'm like, well, first of all, it's obvious that this is my body. I mean, obviously. Obviously. My question is, why did they need to put a belly button on the mannequin? Was this really necessary? I get it if you're going to put a little chesticle on there. I don't know why the mannequin needed abs or a belly button. That's super weird. Super weird. The movie There Are Worse People Than Him. Oh. Jim's, I got to roll. Work calls. Have a good one, everybody. Hey, Jim, appreciate you for hanging out, man. Thank you for stopping by. I do not eat people one deep. I do not eat people. I use this for merch. This is at a comedy show. You take your t-shirt and you put it on there and you put it on the table, and now people can see what they're buying. So this is for my merch at comedy shows. I usually just lay them on the table. Doesn't work as good. People don't see it. So I got those to make it a little easier to find. So don't at me, hoes. Oh, what did I miss? Mimi saw the movie, I guess. Oh, sorry. The movie There Were Worse People Than Him. Really? Barry eats people. Likely story. Okay. Kiss my ass. One and all. Kiss my ass. One and all. We need to talk some NFL football, people. What time is it? 3:40? All right. I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to go get a drink. I'm going to pee. When we come back, we got our baseball talk out of the way. Hope you're happy, Amos. We didn't even get to talk about this article that has MVP, Cy Young, and all that. But we can save that for tomorrow or later in the week. Because we do need to talk. We talk Tua. We'll talk some NFL Week 4. Check in to see how your team did. We'll kind of go game by game and take a look-see at all the scores. I want to, in the long term, week to week, I'd like to be able to, get into a more in-depth breakdown of each game. It's getting the time and everything. That's the problem. The only people to tell me to watch Dahmer so far are women. And that tracks. I want to look ripped like the mannequin one day. Bro, you and me both. I think those days are behind us, though. Like, I don't think you could be 48 and have a body like that. I don't think genetically that's possible. You know what I mean? I just don't think that's possible anymore. Also, I love cookies and ice cream. So, that also makes it not possible to have a body like that. All right, let's take a quick break. I'm going to go get a drink and pee. I'll be back. Oh, God, excuse me. Oh, shit. Hang tight. This is Barry on Deck. I'm your host, Barry Laminate. Why don't you go grab a friend and bring them to the show? And we can all hang out together and have a good time. I'll see you in a second. Don't leave. There's no reason to leave. I'm coming right back, I promise. Less than 2 minutes. This is Barry on Deck. I'm your host, Barry Laminate. Stick around. back to hour number 2.5-ish of Barry on Deck. I'm your host, Barry Laminack. Thank you guys for sticking around through the break. Those of you that did, those of you that didn't, go have sex with yourself. Why would you leave? Why would you leave, people? I don't know. Let's talk some NFL football. Let's get into it. Week 4, almost in the books. We got Monday Night Football tonight. I watched some of a few games, none of most, but I'm up to speed. We'll just say that I'm up to speed. Let's see here. I kind of. Let's just pull up week 4 here. Because I do have some things we need to discuss. By the way, the matchup for tonight, if you're curious, Rams at Niners is the matchup for tonight. It should be pretty decent, I'm thinking. We'll see what Jimmy G does, coming off of a pretty bad outing last week. Hey, Cherry, thank you for the resub. Cherry, I missed you, boo-boo. Good to have you back, girl. That is 8 months. Cherry, you the best. Thank you, sweetie. Keith, did I miss your 8 months? I don't think I did. By the way, I owe a thank you. I missed it. Let's see. Gmail. On Friday. Where the frick did it go? What? There it is. PP Dubs. Hey, buddy, thank you for the $6 Friday, $5 Friday. He said, pour out a little liquor for $5 Friday. I appreciate you, buddy. That was very kind of you to send that when the show was not on the air. So I wanted you to know that I didn't forget and that I appreciate it. So yeah. Thank you much. I have been busy, but I'm trying to come around more. Well, Cherry, the busy's a good thing, right? Huh? It's good that you're busy. I want to know busy, like, is it a good busy? Is it like these hoes won't leave me alone busy? Is it like I got so much work and I'm making so much money busy? Whatever it is, I hope it's good. I can't watch them anymore because they canceled the channel here, unfortunately. Watched what? Hey, Chicken Gaga, thank you for the follow. Yeah, it could be like crocodile tastes like chicken. What? I've had crocodile before. I've definitely eaten crocodile before. Crocodile's pretty good. It's a little rubbery, but it's good. Oh, the NFL. My bad, 19. Yeah, that does suck. I can't watch. Man, I thought the NFL was global. That makes no sense. Nonetheless, here's the matchup. Rams 62% favorite. Odds are the odds +2. Niners are a -2. What? What? Over under is 42. Am I seeing this right? What am I missing? Jerry said, it's always the hoes taking up the time. Girl, I wish I knew, but I don't. What am I missing here? The Rams are getting 2 on the road in San Francisco. This doesn't seem right. Let me pull up Bovada. This can't be right. How are the Rams a dog on the road against the Niners? The Niners ain't that good, and the Rams ain't that bad. Let me see. Bovada, Sports, NFL. Okay, it's moved a little. Yo, I'm all over that. If I was a gambling man, which I am from time to time, I'm about to load up and get the Laminator 5000 going this week after tonight's game. Bovada has the Rams at +1.5. And that's at +105. So the money line came down a little bit. The over-under has moved now to 41.5 also. That's interesting. Yeah, that's a weird line. Look at that. Points per game. Look, what in these two numbers tells you that the Rams should also be getting 2 points? San Francisco's scoring 15 a game and allowing 12. The Rams are scoring 20 and allowing 23. Okay, but their last 5, so you've got what? Cincy, they went so. Okay, so they lost to Cincy and Buffalo, did the Rams. We know they looked bad. Beat Atlanta, beat Arizona. The Niners are 1-3 with losses to Houston. No, that's not right. They're 1-2. I'm sorry. I was like, wait a minute. They lost to Chicago and Denver. And the Rams are 2-1. There you go. The Cincy game was preseason. Duh. So the one lost to Buffalo to open the season. We get it. The Niners have lost to Chicago and Denver and beaten Seattle. First of all, that's a terrible, easy schedule. And this is what they have to show for it. So they've given up 7, 11, and 19 in their 3 games. Listen, I'm no genius, but I'm all over the Rams and the points on the road. All about it. Give me all of it. I'll take it. Lord, I'm trying to mom how to watch you, Barry. What? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, Crystal. What does that mean? Lord, I'm trying to mom how to watch you, Barry. You're trying to help your mom. Oh, that was her that just followed Chicken Gaga? Hi, Miss Chicken Gaga. How are you? Is she not on yet? Let me know when she's on, Crystal. Let me know when she's on. I'll give her a shout out. Let me know when she's watching. I can give her a proper shout out. In the meantime, let's get to some of these scores from around the league. We watched Thursday Night Football together. If you didn't, you're a dumbass. You should have been here. All right, let's talk this game for a second. Ugh. Chargers, Texans, this should not have been this close. Chargers rattle off 20 points in the second quarter. Bookended by a couple of touchdowns in the first and the fourth. Meanwhile, Davis Mills, 26 of 35 for 246 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, a paltry 37.9 for a QBR. And if it wasn't for this cat right here, if it wasn't for Damien Pierce, this team would just be a complete waste of time, I guess. But I will say the defense looked good at times, but it's going to be hard to hold down Justin Herbert and that Chargers offense. But the defense has moments. It's just this is a team that lacks real focus. This is a team that lacks real playmakers other than Pierce and maybe Cooks. Nico Collins had a nice game, 3 catches, 82 yards. Cooks had the 7 catches, 57 yards. He was targeted 7 times. But you had Pierce, by the way, 6 targets for Pierce out of the backfield, 6 catches, a total of 8 yards. That tells me whatever that is, whatever play they're calling, and maybe it's checkdowns and just Mills is panicking, but 2 observations from this game. 1, Davis Mills is bad, whether he has time to throw or not. And the story of the Texans has always been a terrible offensive line, and that theme continues. But Davis Mills is just not accurate. He's not a good passer of the ball. He's just not. He needs to get better. I doubt he will. He is who we thought he was. On to the next. I mean, you tried. You took a shot. But this guy, week in and week out, you're like, what are you doing? And my buddy Jerome talked about it on Houston's Sports Show, but he was like, the one thing nobody wants to talk about is Pat Hamilton. He was supposed to be the savior. Look at how he worked with Herbert and for the Chargers and Andrew Luck, and he's like the Bill O'Brien. Remember, Bill O'Brien's the quarterback whisperer. Look what he did with Tom Brady, and then, Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time. But other than that, I mean, he was pretty good. Then you are a real fan. If your team wins or loses, you have to keep supporting them. No, that's not true. That's not true. I used to think that, like, don't be a bandwagon fan. You know what I mean? I think it's weird that I've kind of flipped on this. But I used to be like, don't be jumping off the bandwagon because your team sucks. Now, I will ride or die with my teams to a degree. But when the team is so inept and ownership is so inept and the front office is so inept and they're just doing things that are detrimental to the team. For example, when the Astros were tanking and Drayton McClain was not spending money, I had gone to like 9 or 10, Nora and I had gone to like 9 or 10 opening day games in a row. And then we'd go through 7, 8, 10 games a season for the Astros. But then they stopped spending money. They were terrible. They were making no effort to win because they were rebuilding, but they weren't calling it a rebuild. And what it was Drayton McClain was trying to save money and build value at the same time in order to sell the team and maximize his investment. And I'll be damned if I'm going to be on board with that and just blindly support it. So as a fan, I stopped going, I stopped watching, I stopped supporting. Now, once they started showing effort, Jim Crane bought the team, yada, yada. The same thing is true with the Texans. I don't like ownership. I think the owner, I think the McNairs and the ownership group are terrible. However, I look at the GM and I'm like, Nick Caserio has some moments where I'm like, okay, I see you working here a little bit. But the whole Jack Easterby thing and then giving Bill O'Brien the keys to the kingdom, all of that, I was just like, I'm done with this team. And I'll still watch on Sundays because it's kind of my job. But I don't have to watch a team that just is running the franchise into the ground. You shouldn't have to support that. I'm not going to spend my money on bullshit like that. Mark G's got a Chicago Bears tattoo. That sucks. Sean said I tried divorcing the Bears for years. I don't know how you could be a Bears fan. I don't know how, like Jen's a Browns fan. Jen, how do you do it? How do you support a team like the Texans or the Browns? And what I love is like everybody loves to pretend like the Texans aren't the Browns, aren't the Lions, aren't the Jets, aren't the Giants. They are. And these are all teams that are the Bears. These are all teams that are emphatically known for their ineptness. And we love to pretend like the Texans ain't one of them. But they had a stat yesterday on the game that Justin Herbert was the third quarterback since like 2006 for the Chargers. It was like Phillip Rivers and then Tyrod Taylor. And then, of course, the injury when Justin Herbert took over. And that's it. That's it. In the meantime, since 2006, the Texans have had 16 quarterbacks. And then when they finally get a franchise quarterback in Deshaun Watson, they fucked that up, and then so did he. So I don't, just like Jen said, it's in my blood. I can't hate them no matter how bad I try. I literally grew up at the games. Man. I mean, I literally grew up at Astros games. But it was easy for me to flip that switch. Easy. I don't know. The Texans are a joke of a franchise. And I don't know what the answer is. I think we still have to give Caserio a little bit of time as a fan base. Short leash, though. My thing is I just want Cal McNair to sell the team. That's it. I think Cal McNair is the real problem. Cal McNair is the issue here. Sean said my grandparents chose to live in stupid Illinois. Yeah, that sucks. You have to get rid of the board. Then in my country it worked. Oh. We're 9-7. Yeah, that was it. 9-7. AFC's on champ. So anyways, back to the game. The one saving grace for this team is Damien Pierce. Dude's a stud. Rattled off a 75-yard run. Which was nice. Very nice. I like. But let's do a quick little gander. Or a quick little experiment here. 131 yards divided by 14 carries. He averaged 9.3 yards a carry. That's almost a first down. Crystal said I gave up trying. She's driving the bus now. She said she can't write but can see us. Hi, Mama Crystal. Hello, Chicken Gaga. I love that name, by the way. B. Hannah, thank you for the lurk, buddy. Chicken Gaga is an amazing name. Well done, Crystal's mom. All right, so Damien Pierce at 14 carries and 131 rushing yards. That is, B. Hannah said, bolt up. 9.4 yards a carry if you round up. 9.35. It's a great day at the ballpark. But let's take away that 75-yard run that he had, and let's see what the rest of the carries look like. Because that's kind of an anomaly, right? I mean, don't get me wrong. That's getting it done. But let's look what he did with the other 13 carries. So if we take 131 yards and subtract the 75-yard run, he had 56 yards rushing on 13 carries. So we'll divide that 56 by 13. That's 4.3 yards a carry. That's not bad. It's not bad. But that's a lot different. Imagine he doesn't have that one run. Now, granted, he probably has a few more carries because that ended the drive, this, that, and the other. But the stat line looks a lot different. And I don't want to take it away from him. 75-yard run's a 75-yard run. But this offense is stagnant. It's bad. Davis Mills is a bad quarterback. And outside of Pierce, and then he's got the fumble problems as well. I don't know what you do. I don't know. Davis Mills, I got to watch another season of this. Ooh. Marty the Locksmith said 49ers tonight. Yeah, we were just looking at that, Marty. I'm still baffled that the Niners are favored at home against the Rams by 1.5 to 2. ESPN has it at 2. Bovada has it at 1.5. That makes no sense to me. If I'm a gambling man, which I am sometimes, I'll take those 2 points easily. The Niners, I mean, not that the Rams have looked super consistent, but I don't know. Niners, and I'm a Jimmy G fan. I said that I'd rather see him over Trey Lance run that offense. And yet and still. Oh, it's all good. Marty said just got here. It's all good, man. I was just catching you up. So we're kind of going through week 4 of the NFL game by game. So they always list your team that you have kind of first. So that's why the Chargers-Texans game was first. Kareem Majin said, Pierce is so unproven. Take away the 75-yard run, kind of scary. Yeah. Yeah. He doesn't play in the fourth quarter because he fumbles. And that's a problem. And hopefully he'll get better at that. Hopefully he'll learn. So Vikings Saints I didn't get to watch. But did the Saints, was it a missed field goal that cost them the game? I did not watch it, but I'm pretty sure. I thought Kyle Allen was going to give him. That's funny. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they called it the double doink or whatever. Get out of here. Yeah, B. Hannah said off the upright and the crossbar. Just finding ways to lose. Just finding ways to lose. And again, I didn't watch this game. This was the London game. Kirk Cousins was 25 of 38 for 273 yards. Andy Dalton. Saints fans, are you about ready to give up on the season? I mean, you got to watch shit like this and be like, what am I doing? That's how I feel about the Texans. I'm like, what am I doing? Why am I watching this? I'll just go outside and work in the yard or something. Oh, wow. Made a 60-yarder earlier. That one's from downtown. Damn. Where's the kicking? Oh, there you go. Lutz. Yeah, 1 of 2. 60, and then he tried 61. Is it something about London? Is it the altitude? I don't know. That's weird. No bad PI call cost us the game. Okay, well, I didn't watch. So the officiating was bad. Okay. But when I look at the stat line, when I look at the box score, man, nothing really excites me about what I see. I mean, you look over here and you see a Dalvin Cook and a Justin Jefferson and Thielen, and you're like, okay, I like it. I look at the Saints, I'm like, yeah, it's defense though, right? Aha. No. So that was the London game. That was like 9:30 in the morning. I wasn't even up yet. I ain't getting up to watch the Saints and the Vikings play in London. Are you crazy? Am I glutton for punishment? Oh, Falcons and Browns, I did not watch. I got no feedback on that. Cowboys Commanders. I didn't watch this, but I can tell you this. I didn't watch most of these. I mean, I caught up on some of them. I'll tell you one thing, though. I love that we keep hearing about a potential quarterback controversy in Dallas. There's no quarterback controversy in Dallas. No one in their right mind is picking Cooper Rush over Dak Prescott. Nobody. Yeah, but they're winning. Well, thank their defense. Thank the defense. Cooper Rush completed 15 of 27 passes, 2 touchdowns, had a 75 QBR. Great. They also only needed to score 11 points to win the game. I mean, the Dallas defense is the shit. And if all you got to do is score 11, which I know is a weird number in football, but you get my point. In fact, what is this defense? I want to see what their output so far is. So they gave up 19 in that first game, and it was an ugly, weird, awful game. They won 20-17, 23-16, and 25-10. But the way that they're winning, right? I mean, they gave up that a touchdown at the end of the game there when they went for 2. That was already done. This is a defense. They give up 16 to the Giants. A field goal in the fourth quarter. I mean, that's nothing. 16 points in the NFL. My thing is, if they're doing this without Dak, to me, one of the things is they're going to have to figure out what their run game is. Is it Pollard? Is it Elliott? Is it both? Is this a two-headed monster? Is this a running back by committee? That's part of the problem. Cream of Jean says O'Brien making Saban mad was funny. Yeah, Marty the Locksmith said Diggs is locking shit up this year. No more falling for the double move. Well, Diggs played well last year, but he's maturing. Yeah, Celio said there's no controversy. The defense is a monster. Yeah, that's the thing. But you keep hearing it over and over about Cooper Rush. And listen, the pass rush is ridiculous. That secondary is ridiculous. The Cowboys defense is balling out. Now they've got to maintain it. But they're not winning because of Cooper Rush, okay? Let's just be real. They're winning because of that defense, period. But they better figure out what their run game looks like. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to warn you right now, Cowboy fan. You better get this mess figured out. Because when Prescott comes back, if you really want to try to make a run in the playoffs with that defense, you better figure out what your run game looks like. I think Dalton Schultz coming back will be good. If he can be healthy, just CeeDee Lamb there, but yeah, better figure it out. Marty said he got burnt a lot. Yeah, 10 picks or whatever, but he gave you a lot of yards. Oh, yeah. Yeah. But still, I'll take 10 picks every day. I'm glad they're winning. I love to see them melt down in the playoffs. That's funny. Cece said Nick was mad the whole game. Was that about the Bill O'Brien thing? What did he do? Cooper is the captain of this ship. No, he's not. Stop that. What did Bill O'Brien do? Because I saw somebody say O'Brien pissed off Saban. I want to know what he did. All right. Some more scores for you. One that I got a text message from. I had to bring this up. I got a text message from Trey Tutson. And he was like, Barry, you were wrong about Geno Smith. Oh, now hold on, fam. Hold on, pimp. We're talking about 2 games. What about the other 2 games? They're 2-2. They barely beat the Lions 48-45. Yeah, Geno Smith, 23 of 30 for 320 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, and a QBR of 91.3. That's good. That's real good. Look at it. Look at CC. Ooh, Cyclone Ananias. I hadn't been there in a hot minute, CC. Enjoy. $235 yards rushing. And Geno Smith threw for 320 yards passing. So, and this ain't even like a 75-yard run like Damien Pierce had. One, that tells me that the Lions' defense is garbage. Garbage. Catfish said only Pete Carroll is wrong about Geno. This is great, but this is what I had to remind Trey. I'm like, okay, Trey. One, this is the Lions. This is the Detroit football Lions. And yeah, the last 2 games, Geno Smith has looked good. Right? 23 of 30, 320 yards, 2 touchdowns against the Detroit Lions. And last week, he had the Atlanta Falcons. They didn't even win the game, but he's 32 of 44 for 325 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Okay. It's a decent day at the ballpark, right? Then he goes 24 of 30 for 197 yards. No touchdowns, 1 interception, a QBR of 55. And he goes 23 of 28. Super efficient. Doesn't even crack 200 yards. 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, a QBR of 73. But the problem, what you don't see in this, and that's a win against Denver. But, dude, you average 7 yards per pass. This is not somebody just lifting the lid off of the defense. This is Geno Smith being a game manager and the offense being super conservative. This stat line on the year is not impressive. It's better than I thought it would be, but Geno Smith is not the second coming of anything. Yeah, Perry said bet the over on every Lions game with that defense. Yeah, if they can make Geno Smith look good. Just insane. Trey all up in my text messages. You're wrong about Geno Smith. Am I? Am I? I mean, we can look at his career stats if you wanted to, but I don't believe I am. Geno Smith is Geno Smith. Check back with me at the end of the year. Let's see how that goes for you. All right, some more scores. Let's see what else was out here pimping and popping. Titans beat the Colts. Hugo's got to be feeling good. That divisional game, 24-17. Giants beat the Bears. Bears. Giants are out of quarterbacks, right? Weren't they just? I asked. I was talking to Josh and Kyle when they were over yesterday. I was like, I really didn't watch it. And they were like, dude, the Giants basically just had to go to running Saquon out of the Wildcat. I was like, oh, Lord. Because Daniel Jones gets hurt and leaves, and then Tyrod Taylor comes in, and then he gets hurt and leaves, and then the third string, I don't know, they're running Saquon Barkley. Man, good thing Barkley had 146 yards on the ground. No touchdowns, though. Daniel Jones with his 2 touchdowns, so pretty wild. But Giants beat the Bears 20-12. But God, it looks like, just looking at the box score, it just looks like a boring game. There you go. Look at Justin Fields. 11 of 22, 174 yards. It's not the answer. Not the guy. Not the guy. I keep being told I'm a hater. I'm a Trey Lance, Justin Fields hater, but it's just the facts. Kareem Majin said Giants are a fake 3-1. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Mark, as a Bears fan, is like, it was a terrible game to watch. Most of the Bears and Giants games are individually, right? No one wants to watch a Bears game. No one wants to watch a Giants game. No one wants to watch a Texans game. I would say that about the Jets, but Zach Wilson hit the gritty, and I was like, what? Eagles, Jags lived up to the hype. Apparently, Trevor Lawrence just found his old stroke, though. 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. How many fumbles? Did he lose? Like 4 fumbles? Yeah. 4 fumbles. And they still were kind of in it. I mean, they jumped out to a 14-0 lead. And then the Eagles were like, no, pimp. You're not doing that. Eagles are for real. Eagles are for real. It's so weird that these words are going to come out of my mouth. The Eagles are the best team in football? What? It's crazy talk. But right now it is. Not an outstanding day by Jalen Hurts. Every time that we've seen the Eagles win, Jalen Hurts has been given a ton of credit. But when you have to account for him, it makes the defense have to do other things. For example, when you've got Jalen Hurts, who's able to throw the ball and run with the ball, he's a dual threat. Now you've got to, like, man, look, we're just not going to let Jalen Hurts beat us. So we'll take a linebacker and we'll spy him, and wherever he goes, the linebacker goes. And what that does, and you kind of see it in the box score a little bit, and I don't know, I'd have to go watch game film, but my assumption is the reason that Sanders went off for 134 yards is when you spy Jalen Hurts with a linebacker, that's one less person, that's one less assignment you have for your running back. Linebackers usually cover running backs, whether it be on run plays, pass plays, or whatever. So maybe, you know, it just means, hey, if you're gonna let Jalen Hurts beat you or not. And if you're not, then Miles Sanders and everybody else has to step up. But yeah, not a great offensive passing game. But listen, the Jags aren't a terrible football team this year. As weird as that sounds, I want to see what their points allowed are. They gave up 29 to the Eagles. That's a lot. They gave up 10 to the Chargers. They beat the Colts. They shut out the Colts. And then they gave up 28 to Washington. So I don't know what the hell they are. But they're better than they have played in the past. That's for damn sure, which is crazy. This is such a weird year already. Chris Reyes, thank you for the lurk, buddy. Appreciate that. What else? There we go. There's Jets Steelers. Let's see. Zach Wilson, 18 of 36, 252 yards, a touchdown, 2 interceptions. Hit a gritty. Ugh. Didn't need to see that. And Kenny Pickett took over for Mitch Trubisky. Somebody had asked me a few weeks ago, do I think Kenny Pickett would see the field this year? I said, yeah. Once they get sick of Trubisky's shit, once they realize this is not a good football team, and once they realize, look, we're not going to win this year, so we might as well run the rookie out, let him get some experience, and, see what we've got in him. And that's the point they came to. So is this Kenny Pickett's football team going forward? I don't know. He threw 3 interceptions. I don't know. Look at that. Barrio best QBR in the NFL right now. That's funny. Yeah, 1 for 1 for a 2-yard touchdown pass. Trubisky was 7 of 13 for 84 yards and an interception. He had a 7.5 QBR. Pickett goes 10 of 13 for 120 yards and 3 interceptions. How on earth do you win this game? You have the opposing team throw 4 interceptions. If I just told you, hey, one quarterback in the game went 18 of 36 for 252 yards, 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions, you'd be like, it might be kind of tough. But then I go, oh, but wait, there's more. The other one, the combined 2 quarterbacks go 17 of 26 for 178 yards and 4 interceptions. How do you not have 44 points, Jets? How do you not score 44 points? Catfish said Trubisky might be out of the NFL soon. It has to be. What's left? I mean, you know what? You keep him around as a backup just because he has experience. But his starting days are done. And I love me some Mike Tomlin. What are we doing? Guess you just had to figure it out. Vince Not Diesel said Pickett looked good. It's his team. Bro, how do you throw 3 interceptions and look good? Did I miss, was it all tip drill shit? Because Davis Mills, there was one where, what's his name got in, was it Khalil Mack? Disrupted his throwing motion. I'm like, that ball was going to sail high anyways. I've watched him throw the ball. I don't know. 1, okay, but 3? 1 interception was a Hail Mary. 1 went off the receiver's hands. Well, I'd like to see the one that went off the receiver's hands. I'll give you the Hail Mary. Because that's a Davis Mills thing too. Oh, it hit his hands. Yeah, because it's behind him or too far out in front of him or too high or whatever. That dude, when you're talking accuracy in the NFL, your receiver should put his hands right here and you should hit the ball. If they're having to stretch one way or the other, and again, I didn't watch the game. I'm just telling you what I see with Davis Mills and some of the arguments I hear. Oh yeah, but those interceptions, some of them hit their hands. Yeah, because he's inaccurate. First pick, Mills got hit and receiver tripped. Yeah. So what? That doesn't change how bad Davis Mills is. So Jets beat the Steelers. What else is on the agenda? Packers beat the Patriots. Man, Patriots down to their 3rd string quarterback and held their own. Hoyer got hurt. So Zape, I don't even know how to pronounce the dude's name. I don't even know who this is. He looks like a Dollar General Davis Mills. Look at the neck. Apparently he came in and did pretty good. Held his own. Out of Western Kentucky. He goes 10 of 15 for 99 yards and a touchdown. He had a QBR of a whopping 16. Man, it seems like most offensive numbers are down bad. Bro, you look at Aaron Rodgers' stat line. I'm like, that's an Aaron Rodgers stat line, and they won? That's not pretty. Of course, 199 yards rushing will do that, but damn. So I don't know what to make of the NFL right now. I think I missed a game there. Where'd it go? Really big show. Oh, yeah, I missed Bills Ravens. Didn't watch that. I miss so much football. My goodness. But look at this. These numbers. I'm used to every quarterback throwing for 275, 300 yards. To see that, Josh Allen is 19 of 36 for 213 yards. I don't know what's going on. I really don't. Lamar Jackson had 144 yards passing. Of course, he's the leading rusher for the team again. And there's nothing wrong with that. It used to be like, oh, you never want your quarterback to be your leading rusher, but it's the new NFL. That's okay. I'm not that upset about that. Cardinals beat the Panthers in the Who Gives a Shit Bowl for the week. Kyler Murray's my quarterback in fantasy. Oh, my God. I might as well just have Baker Mayfield on there. That's another one. Matt Rule's probably going to get fired. Matt Rule's on the way out. 40 yards total rushing. Really? Man. This kind of, I'm not going to lie. I go through this and I'm like, man, save for the Chiefs, the Eagles, the Jags, there's just not a lot of excitement for me around football right now. There's nothing that it tickles my fancy. Nothing is titillating to me. Raiders beat the Broncos. Sorry, Jeff Bell. But again, that doesn't look fun to me. Was this a good game? Did I miss it? Kareem Majin said it's just week 4. Yeah, but these numbers. Russ Wilson goes 17 of 25 for 237 yards. Has 2 touchdowns. Derek Carr 21-34. Look, and I know you can't tell from a box score, but I can't watch all the games. Javonte Williams towards ACL. Oof. All I know is I could at least go through box scores of games I didn't watch, and you could see production. I'd be curious to know how much offense is down, if it's down, versus this time last year or in previous years. All right, last one was Sunday Night Football, which we watched some of it, but not all of it. Hey, Titan Hugo, thank you for the resub, buddy. 3 months. You're a gentleman and a scholar, sir. Thank you very much. See, this is the kind of shit I'm used to seeing. Even Mahomes' numbers, but again, still had a pretty damn good QBR there, but 249, 3 touchdowns, and the underhand touchdown pass was ridiculous at the goal line. I at first when we saw it, I was like, oh, he was past the line of scrimmage. Nope. Kansas City put up 189 yards rushing on that defense. 189 yards rushing. And Tampa, who had to play from behind most of the game, manages 3 yards rushing. What? Tampa ran the ball 6 times. 6 times. That's insane to me. Insane to me. And there's a reason he had 385 yards passing. When you're playing from behind that much, yeesh. And so much for the narrative, no Tyreek Hill. It's going to be bad. So far, so good. Total Balance said fantasy football is supposed to cure that when the home team sucks. I'm just saying he's not going to be out of the league queen. Thank you, Mahomes. For what? I have an extra QB. Let's talk trade. Kareem Majin said Mills greater than Murray, greater than Jackson, greater than Lawrence, greater than Tua. Stop it. Stop it. Rodgers is only ahead of Mills by less than 30 yards in total yards 2022. Unbelievable. Mark G said, no one is impressive so far. Seems every team is down from expectations except the Eagles. Yeah. Texans scored 17 points unanswered in 9 minutes in the fourth quarter. Then defense happened. Yeah, well, once again, a bright spot for them was special teams. The turnover. Why did I sound like Charlie Palillo right there? Special teams. Playoffs. KC punted once. Isn't that crazy? And again, we had the game on the back porch, but we were talking. We would look up and catch a play here and there. It's so much harder to watch with your boys if you're hanging out and not just watching the game. But that doesn't, I mean, KC only punt once. And that's a good Bucs defense. Kramer Jean said 8-0 Eagles, maybe 16-1, only losing to the Packers. Shit, they might beat the Packers. Yeah. Let's just look at the NFL standings. Dolphins are 3-1, Bills are 3-1. Browns are 2-2 somehow. What a shitty division. No offense, Jen, but what a shitty division the AFC North is. Holy shit balls. Same with the AFC South. The Jags are the best team in the AFC South right now. It's obvious. Look at this. What? Jets are bad. Chiefs are 3-1. Who's got the best plus-minus ratio right now? The Bills. Okay, that checks out. Bills and then Chiefs. No, I'm sorry. Bills, then Jags, then Chiefs. NFC East is the Eagles are 4-0, still the only undefeated team. Vikings are 3-1, leading the North. The Packers, that doesn't seem just like somebody who was it that said that the Giants 3-1 is a sham of a 3-1. I kind of feel that way about the Packers. The Packers don't seem scary to me. I don't know. Tampa's 2-2. The South is not good. I'll find out what the Rams do. Oh, excuse me. Seahawks, boy. I look through these divisions, and I know that some teams will start to get better, but Miami was rolling until they lost Tua. I think Buffalo's going to be fine. We've seen them be a little shaky at times, but that's okay. The Jets and Patriots aren't scary. None of the teams in the AFC North are scary. None of the teams in the AFC South are scary, but the Jags have improved so much and that expectations were so low that they could come in at 500 and people are like, man, that's crazy. And then in the West, you got the Chiefs and the Chargers and everybody else over there. So if we look at actual good teams through 4 games, mind you, I get it. But as somebody will point out and has pointed out, that's a fourth of the season. We're 25% of the way there. And the best teams in the AFC are the Dolphins, the Bills, the Chiefs, the Chargers, and the Jags. What? Yeah, a lot of new names on that list. You knew the Bills were going to be good. And I think the Bills are only going to get better. Same with the Chiefs. The Chargers can't wait to disappoint you, and they will. I think the Jags will, they'll probably be like the Dolphins were a year or two ago, where they go, 10-7, and they're just surprising. Look at these upstart Jags. That's it. The Ravens have a chance, have the talent to be better than that record, and that AFC North is ripe for the taking. So I could see that happening. Cincinnati could turn things around, but right now they looked good against the Dolphins. Or better. So the Dolphins will probably dip. The Bengals and or the Ravens will probably surge a little bit, but right now, there's your top 5 teams in the AFC. Chiefs, Bills, Dolphins, Jags, and Chargers. NFC, I mean, look at that 3-1, 3-1, 4-0 in the NFC East, who has been a laughing stock for a while. Vikings are 3-1 along with the Packers. Rams will probably be 3-1 by the time this is out, which means the Niners will have fallen to 1-3. Best 5 teams in the NFC right now. I'm gonna go Eagles, Cowboys. Tampa. Yeah, excuse me. Eagles, Cowboys, Tampa. Rams, not by much. And I guess you got to go Viking now. Green. It's just, I don't know. Let me show you something. This is crazy, chat. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at it. Hold on. Mills is undefeated against the Jags. Stop with this Davis Mills. Kareem Jeans, I hope you're being sarcastic. I really do. I hope you're being sarcastic, because if you're not, I love you. I'm so glad you're a member of the Decade community. This is the dumbest take ever if you are really riding the Mills Mafia, Skills Mills gravy train. The dude sucks. If you just watch the game, the dude is ass. I assume you're joking. Still too early to tell. Week 8 will paint a much different picture. Teams will fall off. Yup. Only teams scary are Kansas City and the Bills. I kind of agree with that, D-Mata. And the Eagles. AFC doesn't look half as scary as summer ESPN harped. Yep. Packers and Vikings not scary. Due to set up a failure. The only thing I see in support of Fields, he has a bad O-line. Yeah, but he can run. I mean, I was kind of impressed with KC's line. But even then, I mean. But here's something crazy. Look at this. So over in the AFC, Bills have a plus 56. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams in double digit plus minus, meaning they're scoring, like the Bills are scoring 56 more than they've given up. That's kind of a good sign, like a good idea of, well, what's this team doing? Then you'll have numbers skewed, especially early if somebody wins 50-0 because they played the Texans. And then they go out and lose 10-7. You know? That's 57-10. That's a little skewed there. They're 1-1. But it's a decent indication of how good or bad a team is. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams in double digits. Look at the NFC. You've got 1, 2, 3. You've got 3, and they're barely. You've got 3 teams. That's it. You've got a bunch of mealy mouth. I mean, that's close. Okay. What? That's a division leader. That's a 3-1 team. I mean, the Falcons are who they are. How the division leaders a -9? Is this why I say some of this is just a weird season right now. Such a weird season. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what to make of it. All right. So there's some NFL for you. Monday Night Football we talked about tonight. I'm going to try to watch it. Probably just, I don't know. I probably won't smoke a cigar tonight. I just need to get in bed. Get some sleep. I know I need to get a CPAP machine. I get it. Let's talk a little college football, though. I want to look at the AP poll because shit got real for Georgia and a few other teams. Alex Villanueva said Mills is a dual threat. 1, he can't win. 2, he can't hit the receiver on easy throws. Bro, it's so frustrating to watch him play quarterback. So Bama and Georgia have swapped spit. Okay, they swapped places in the AP poll. Georgia wins, but barely. Georgia hangs on to beat Missouri 26-22. It just should never have been that close. They needed 14 points in the fourth quarter. I can't show that. Stop it. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the dominance by Mizzou, though. Look at that early. Bam, 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 bam. Missouri went into halftime up 16-6. What? So Georgia is a little unsteady after that game. After having looked dominant through the first part of the season, as per usual. You know, they handily beat Oregon, which is when everybody, including myself, was like, oh, Georgia just put a whooping on number 11. They haven't really played anybody since and struggled against Mizzou, so we'll see. I mean, they've got a couple of tests left, right? If Kentucky can bounce back a little bit. Kentucky is still a good football team for the time being, at least, but they'll have Auburn, Vanderbilt, Florida. Tennessee is 8, Mississippi State is 23, Kentucky is 13. And that's strictly off of what they did to the Aggies. Aggies, again, overhyped. So I don't expect that to maintain. Because that Mississippi State team defensively was pretty good, but it's just not impressive. Just the Aggies were bad. So Bama, congrats, CC. Creamer Jean said Michigan and Ohio State will be amazing. It's looking that way. It's looking that way. Look at the top 4. It's the usual suspects, no pun intended. Actually, top 5. Look at that. Bama, Georgia. Ohio State, Michigan. Then you got Clemson and Lincoln Riley out in USC. So your top 10 is this. It's Bama, Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, Clemson, USC, Oklahoma State, Tennessee is 8, and Oak State, Philip Barnard, happy that they moved up OBS to number 7. Ole Miss is 9. Watch the end of that game. And number 10 is Penn State. There's your top 10. All undefeated. Some undefeated teams not in the top 10. TCU at 17. UCLA at 18. Kansas surprising some folks. Keep an eye on them. I told you last week. Actually a pretty good football team. And then Syracuse is also 5-0. Meh. By the way, why is this September thing still up? Man, shit has. Life comes at you fast, doesn't it? Let me get rid of that. 19 said, my mates, I'm going to leave you for now. Barry, also thank you for streaming. Have a good night. Hey, homie, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for hanging out, 19. Steph. Let's call you Steph. That's easier. Appreciate you hanging out, Steph. Thanks for being here. Hope you enjoyed it. Come back. I'll be in a better mood. I'm GTSS. That means going through some shit. Just FYI. It's, I don't know. Struggling. What did Sean say? Buckeyes win get all this year? They look good. Tough road to hoe, though. All right, so here's your well, sorry, we did the top 10. The rest is this: Utah, Oregon. Look, they're back. Oregon was 11 when they got whooped. Kentucky's 13. They fell 6 spots. North Carolina State fell 4 spots. Wake Forest, BYU, TCU, who had a big win. UCLA, Kansas, Kansas State, Washington, Syracuse, Mississippi State, who was not ranked before they beat the Aggies, and then Cincinnati, and LSU. I'll be damned. You look at them. Look at this shit. Drop from the rankings. Baylor, A&M, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Minnesota, Florida State, Pittsburgh. So much for the mighty SEC. More like the top-heavy SEC. A&M still getting votes. Stop it. A&M does not deserve to be on that list. You stop this foolishness right now. Amos said, anyone see the cool light show they have when UCLA or USC scores? No. What is it? What is it? You read Coors Light Show. Oh, that's so funny, VB. Flip said, rest in peace to the Big 12. Hey, the Big 12 is to, they got, and with the, bro, it's Oak State. Holy shit. They're representing the Big 12 in the top 25 is Oak State at 7, TCU at 17, and Kansas, one of the big 3 in the Big 12. Yeesh. Yeesh. That's sad, man. That's so sad. At least the SEC has the saving grace of having a few, like the Ole Misses of the world. But even then, not great. Pac-12 is, Then you got Tennessee, my bad. I missed that. Watch Kansas win the Big 12. Dude, that would be hilarious. Oh my God, that would be hilarious. I would love that so much. Would love that so much. Hey, do we need to check in on the Cougars? Since you guys told me, since JennyIsMom told me what a good football team they were. Do we need to go check in on the... No? Okay. I was just asking. Asking for a mom. All right, guys. I think I'm petered out. I know I was so... Oh, you're like 10. I don't have it in me today. Mondays have been kicking my ass. Every Monday. Every Monday, there's like this... I don't know. I don't want to say dread, but I'm like, You look like Davis Mills in the 4th. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Maybe it is sleep. Maybe VB is right. I just need to say fuck it and get a CPAP. Total Dallas. That's messed up. He said Cougars are looking like a Big 12 team already. You, sir, are not kind. All right. Oh, Podbean was over. I forgot to end that. Oh, look at some of these Podbean numbers. This is interesting. It's so weird on the Podbean. They just pop in, they listen for 2 seconds and go, nope, and then leave. That's weird. All right. Let's just call it. It's time. Popeyes has a special going. That's what I'm talking about. The interviews about how she left ESPN and was spied on. What? Did you see Rachel Nichols? No. Spied on? I did not. Extended toenail said, excuse my French, but tighten up. Is that like TIGHT? Like, y'all need to tighten up that offense? Y'all need to tighten up that defense? Y'all need to tighten up the game plan, Mike Vrabel? TIGHTEN. Okay, I'll give you your little tighten up. Look at Titan Hugo. Oh God, you make me sick. Now we got a Titan. Oh look, are you guys gonna make out? Oh look, it's Titans fans gonna make out. B. Hannah said Josh Ennis likes to check in on the bean. That's funny. Hey, I appreciate you, Flip. Thank you, Mark. Peace, love, and fried chicken to you as well. Okay, but for real, hey, these bars walking distance is bad, so bad. Yes, CC. The last thing you needed to do was to move into a area where bars are in walking distance for you. No writing it down today. Barry is not himself and needs some rest and love. Amen. Amen to that. Roll it up. Wind it up. We will win our division. Oh, there's no doubt, extended toenail. I mean, I'm a Texans fan. There's no doubt. Although, if the Colts figure some things out, which I don't think they will, but I don't know. Can the Jags maintain what they're doing? I doubt it. But at the same time, I still am not a... Ask Titan Hugo, extended toenail. By the way, was this your first time here at the show? I'm trying to see, are you a first-time chatter? Let's see. Yes, you are, buddy. Hey, welcome. Thanks for being here. I'm about to wrap up for the day. We start at 2 o'clock, 2 to 5 Central Time. Monday through Thursday is when we do the show. We talk sports and entertainment. I'm usually a lot more upbeat. It's usually a lot more fun. This has been a down day today. So hit follow and come back, man. Come hang out with us. Extended toenail. I will say this. Jags have surprised me. The Colts have surprised me in a bad way. And the Titans are only going to go as far as Derrick Henry is. It carries them. He appears to be on his way back, but Titan Hugo will tell you this. I'm not a believer in Ryan Tannehill. I am just not. They're going to have to figure out a better option. That team is so one-dimensional. So, hey, maybe Mitch Trubisky will be available soon. I don't know. All right. What happens in my outro music? And my credits aren't working? What on earth happened to my outro music? This is not okay. Why am I sounding like... what is the name? Doing dope. Where's my outro? What is the hell? What is my outro music called? Is it Dirty Dan? No, that's not it. No, that's not it. I don't know where my outro music is. Well, this sucks. Is it Flow Control? Texans will probably go 1-15-1. Bro, wouldn't it be great if they ended up 0-16-1? How awesome would that be? I don't know why music's not playing. I'm just going to play some random ass music. Is this it? No. Oh, it's not working? What? What is happening right now? This is so messed up. I'm so sad right now. Intro. Outro? No. Yo, this is Jack. Oh, that's not it. What the frick? All right. Oh, here we go. I found it. We'll start that over. We are battle tested. Jags will fall off by midseason. Okay. We'll see. Hey, listen, you hit that follow button and you keep coming back. Don't bail. You can't just come in and talk all that shit and then leave. You need to stick around. Let's see if you're right. But welcome to the program, and I hope you'll come back. For the rest of you, thank you for the follow, man. Appreciate that. For the rest of you, I'm sorry I wasn't myself today. I'm trying to figure it out. We'll get there. We'll get back to our old ways of super exciting. Until then, enjoy the football for tonight. It seems loud. Is that loud? I think it was loud. Go away, I'm batting. Battling? What? All right. I don't know what that means. You guys enjoy the games tonight. I will see you tomorrow, I hope. Right back here. Same time, same space. Same place. Same link. Twitch.tv/Barry on Deck. 2 to 5 p.m.-ish. Yeah. Do me 3 favors until I see you tomorrow. Be safe. Be kind. And most importantly, love each other. See y'all tomorrow. See if we got a raid. Oh, I just cleared the chat. My bad. I don't know why I hit that one. I meant to hit the raid button. Flexing Seal, PAA Streaming, Sledge, BBB, Sploosy. What are we looking at? What are we looking at, chat? What are we looking at? Let's see. We'll go to Twitch Sports. Let's see who on the Twitch Sports team is on right now. I swear to God, I'm picking a random one. I don't care if they speak English or not. Where's the Twitch Sports? I've lost it. Oh, there we go. We're gonna go with. Who's this? Dr. Steinman? Well, fuck, I guess we're not rating. I love you guys. Bye. And he's making a YouTube video.